Here I have an ASP.NET Core Web API which has been created by using .NET Core 3.1. Namely, this application created by using .NET Core 3.1. Therefore, first I am going to upgrade this application. Second, I'm going to add Swagger UI to generate easy to read interactive API documentation. Now let's get started. First, I am going to upgrade it. In order to upgrade it, first select the project name and right click. Then we have upgrade here. Up click, it will lead us to a website here. .NET Upgrade Assistant. Actually, we need to download some applications here. Namely, .NET Upgrade Assistant is a tool that is designed to assist users with modernizing .NET applications. Okay, actually there are some kind of explanations and you may read it later. Therefore, first I will download it. It's downloading. Now it's completed. Go to the download folder and click the download. Now it's initializing. This process will install the Upgrade Assistant, namely .NET Upgrade Assistant, Visual Studio Community version. Therefore, I just click this install button and now it's installing the Upgrade Instance tool. Actually, it's waiting on the following processes to shut down before continuing with modification. Therefore, I am opening Visual Studio. Therefore, first I need to close all Visual Studio related applications. I also close the current application. After the installation completed, I will display this project, namely the project to be upgraded. Now, temporarily, I will close it. Close it. Now, the installation is starting. It takes some time. It looks like the installation is completed. Close it and then also close this and reload the application. Okay, this is the application. I just close it. Now I will open this application because I just completed the Upgrade Assistance installation. Now our application is still .NET Core 3.1 because we just completed the installation of the Assistant tool. Now we are going to upgrade it. Come here, we click this upgrade and it shows up this UI for us. First, we have here options: upgrade project to a newer .NET version. This is one option. And another option is NuGet Upgrades. Let's see in detail the first one, in place project upgrade. This in place meaning is we don't change anything. We just add the new technology or upgraded version of related DLLs. This is the best for us. Sometimes we have a lot of controllers or a lot of stuff inside our existing applications. Now let's see this one in detail. In place project upgrade, namely upgrade this project and its components in place using transformations applicable for the project. Okay, now let's click here. See, then we have here .NET 6, .NET 7, .NET 8, even we have .NET 9 here because this 8 is long-term support. Therefore, let's upgrade it to this one. Select this. Next. Now, upgrade selection. We are going to upgrade it .NET 8.0. Therefore, we just selected it and upgrade selection. Now it's upgrading. Namely, it's upgrading several files, program files, startup files, and then here we have some controllers And of course, we have some here dependencies, project dependencies, and we have app settings, development JSON. Therefore, these files are going to update it. Okay, now it looks like the upgrade process has been completed. Let's run it and see the result. The application is running great. Namely, this application has been upgraded, and after upgrade, we just run the application. There is no error. It looks like it's upgraded correctly. Now, let's see another thing. Okay, now step this application and let's see the application property. Let's see the version here. Here we go. It's upgraded .NET 8.0. This is great. But now let's see here. In the case of .NET 8.0, we only have program files, but we don't have startup file. Let's see here. This is the program.cs file, and this is the startup file. Actually, the startup is just a class. In the case of lower version of ASP.NET Core API or projects, the startup is a class, and it is being called inside this program files. It's okay. But in the upper version, startup content is directly written inside the program files. That's the difference. Therefore, when we add the Swagger, we need to add it inside this startup file or startup.cs file, and then it's equal to just column it inside the program.cs file. It's same. Okay, now we have successfully upgraded the application. In the next step, we are going to add Swagger UI to this upgraded ASP.NET Core Web API. Okay, now before adding Swagger UI, we need to run this application and see the endpoints. First, I just run the application, and this is the endpoints. Now we have here weather forecast. This is the endpoint. Our endpoint is just displaying as a pretty print and in this simple UI. This is the endpoint prior to the adding Swagger UI. Now let's add the Swagger UI. Actually, in order to add the Swagger UI, we just need to add, or we just need to install several NuGet packages. Then we need to add some code liners to the program.cs file, or in this case, we need to add several liners to the startup.cs file. Okay, now let's do that. First, let's start to add several Swagger packages. Let's stop the application. Then go to the manager NuGet Packages. At present, we don't have any NuGet packages here. This time, we are going to install several Swagger packages. First, /buckle.asp.NET Core. Second, Microsoft.extensions API description.server. Finally, we need to install /buckle.asp.NET Core Swagger UI. If we create a .NET 8 project, at that time, we have options to add Swagger UI or not. Just checking a checkbox, we can add Swagger UI. But as we mentioned previously, this project has been upgraded from .NET 3.1. Now we are adding the Swagger UI. Therefore, now we are going to install these Swagger UI related packages, namely NuGet Packages. Now let's start it. First, we install this, then we install one by one. First, we need to install this. this one. Namely, we are going to install Microsoft extensions API description server. We need to install Microsoft.OpenAPI. Accept. Has been installed. We need to install this one. We install it. Finally, we need to install ASP.NET Core Swagger UI. This one. Okay. Now we have installed Swagger related NuGet packages. In the second step, in the startup file, we are going to add some code lines. Namely, we are going to implement, or we are going to call the installed NuGet packages. Then we will run the application. First line is here. We are going to add Swagger related code 1. Here we are going to add the endpoint API Explorer. This one we need to add here first. After this, we are going to add services, add Swagger gen. Okay, now we have added the first point. In the second point, we are going to add some coders to the HTTP request pipeline. Just here, for example, here. We are going to add. Now we have application here because this is the application, namely application builder. Then call this app. Go to add, namely we are going to use Swagger here. Use Swagger. This one. Then we are going to add use Swagger UI here. App use Swagger UI. This one. That's it. Now save this. In the lower version, we remember that in the lower version of the API, we have been using program files and startup files. Actually, the main thing is inside the startup. Then this startup has been called inside the program file, namely inside the main. Therefore, we added necessary codes inside this startup file. First place, we have added after just add controllers. Namely, we added here, first time we add endpoints API Explorer. Then we just add Swagger gen. Then second point is just HTTP pipeline. Namely here, Swagger related code 2. First, we added use app.use Swagger, app.use Swagger UI. Now that's it. Save this. In the second step, we are going to add only one Swagger, that keyword, in the launch settings file. Because let's see, in the launch settings here, we have a file here, launch settings. In the launch settings, we have here launch URL. Namely, at present, if I run this application, this will be the place just launch URL. Namely, we just saw that, we will see it. Okay, let's say here weather forecast. Namely, this is the place first time it's launched. Therefore, I just close this application and we need to change here. Namely, we need to replace this with Swagger. Swagger, and then also replace here, for example, just comment out this. Just like this. That's it. Now, save the application. Let's run the application. Hopefully, this will work. Here we go. it worked. First, we just upgraded it, then we just implemented or added Swagger UI. Try it out, execute here. This is the URL, and this is the response body. It's displaying, and this is the response header, and this is the schema, or we can say this is the model. Therefore, we have implemented the Swagger UI successfully. In summary, first we have an old ASP.NET Web API in .NET 3.1 version. Then we have upgraded it to .NET 8.0. After that, we have implemented or we have added Swagger UI. Thank you for your watching. Please subscribe.